Hey everybody, Mike here at Sky Include again. Just coming towards the year end, there's still about a month and a half left of auctions of new releases, but by mid-February there won't be any new releases, but there will still be tons of names. We're watching names here at Sky Included. We're also looking for, but we don't want to open up. So you'll still be able to open up auctions, and we think it's still helpful to make this auction overview. Johnny at Namebase has made a great tutorial as well, and there's others. We just thought we would add this and also add some strategies because we've seen some new bidders getting a little bit upset losing names. So at the end, after we kind of give you the overview, we'll give you some strategies as well that we've seen others and ourselves use. Okay, so basically, how does the process work? It's Victory. I hope I said that right. Process. So where it means the highest bidder doesn't pay your bid, you pay the next lowest bid, the second highest bid, and there's a lockup period. So I just kind of I thought it'd be fun to give an example with their name. Johnny Woo at Namebase opened this up. He didn't mean people to bid on their name, but he says it was a campaign for us to buy our family or friends' names and gift it to them for the Christmas holiday season. And people were started opening up their name. So I want to use that as an example in today's explanation because I think examples are the easiest way. So here it is. We have it here. It's sold for 200 H&S. Okay. As you can see, there's quite a lot of bids here. Starting, December 11th with a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. So what was happening is in the Discord channel here, they were talking about everyone bidding 1 and then letting the Handshake blockchain decide. Because if there's a tie in the bid, it's random. I'm not sure how it would be randomly selected, but it's just a randomly selected. So it was a nice like kumbaya, let's all like bid 1, but I think there was not everybody reading Discord, so there was some starting to bid above. Actually, we bid also. We put a 0, but there was others bidding above. Like somebody bid a 200, 2.4. So it's 2. So it kind of got a little bit annoying for people. So Johnny did put a bid in, right? So this is the winner, and it was Johnny Woo. So when we saw the bid, we didn't know if it was a full bid. So the whole idea is the left, this has been revealed now, so it's already past reveal and has been issued. But during the auction, you can only see this number, right? You can only see I put 1, not 0 and 1. That's the important part because there's these masked bids. And then later, once the reveal, it shows the total bid. So what happened was people started bidding above 1, somebody's at 2, somebody's at 2.4. Actually, there's 10.42, right? So what started to happen was Johnny put this bid towards the end. Again, you got to be careful about what time you put the bid because there's blocks. It's not by time, but it's by blocks, okay? And in the block, Namebase recommends to do it by no later than block 20 to be guaranteed. We'll talk about strategies later. Okay, let's talk about the process. So even though this person put 202, he only put really a 1 bid. This is called masked. It's also called disguise in other wallets. Essentially, so Johnny actually only put 300 H&S as a bid. The other 1,000 is a blind. That means it's going to be given back to you right after the auction is done. You don't need to wait for lockup. So people do that to make it look bigger, right? To then scare away other people from going. If it just was 300, then maybe somebody else would do 301. But because he put this 1,000, people didn't know if it was a 300, a 200, a 0, a 500. So it gives the other people less certainty if they could do 301 to win. They might have to be sure to win. They have to do 1,301, or just above the total masked bid because, right, they don't know that it was only 300. This is what tricks people. It's kind of like a mind game. So this is where you got to be, careful or thinking about how much you want to put into a name. But, this one, the 300 still won. Nobody bid above 300, so the 300 won. And then what happens is you look for the second highest. You would think 202, but it's not. It's the 200 because that's the highest actual bid. This was a blind, so he only put 1 into the bid. He got 201 back right after the auction finished. And then there's about a week or 10-day lockup period, 288 blocks, going back to our blog at skyinclude.com/auction. So there's a wait period of, you can read this as text here, I try to write out, 1,440 blocks, right, which is about 10 days. That's how long you need to wait to get the extra bid, go back here, extra bid back. So even though he put 300, he only paid 200, but he had to wait until 10 days to get 100 back, and then at the same time he got issued the domain name, or the TLD name. Okay, and so hopefully that explains the process. If there's a tie, it's random, but even at 0.001, you might sometimes see decimal places. Even in 0.001 more will win. So you sometimes got to be a little bit careful on that. All right, let's talk about some strategies, some ways people are doing it. So if you see a name you like, you notice usually it's opened up at low, like 1 or 0.4, I think is the minimum on Namebase, either bid or blind, but it has to be 0.4 in Namebase to start the auction. So usually people don't put their initial max bid at the beginning. Usually you'll see the numbers get higher towards the end because people are just kind of waiting to see what other people are bidding. So if you just kind of like put all your numbers out at the beginning, then somebody else is thinking about it, because the process is 5 days, right? So over 5 days from when the auction starts, people have can think about it, can talk to their business partners, their investors, they can talk to other people and decide how much they want to put. So usually the strategy is you don't put your max bid at the beginning you just open it with a small bid, and then you prepare to put your real bid at the end. And usually there's not much blind at the end, but can't tell. But usually people bidding at the end put just their actual bid, but I can't promise that. It's all strategy. Some people still want to hide it. So usually, if you're trying to win your real name, if your family's thing, a gift, you can't get angry at the game. There's a lot of bots on here. We've noticed in December a lot of bots going in at 50, a 51 masked with like a 4 bid and like the rest blind. So as long as you had above a 4 or 5, you would win. But still, don't risk losing your name. Just because we've noticed some people, they go to sleep at night and they're happy they're like 10 bid won because they didn't see it, but then they wake up and somebody sniped them or came in with a 20 or 10 or 12. So usually just put your real bid and put it on block 20, because some people might not get their bids through. It's the snipers that are trying to get this at the last minute might not get their bid to go through. Maybe they will, but they also, if they see a big bid, they're not going to maybe even try, because a lot of times the snipers and the bots are just trying to get stuff cheap. So if you put your high price, it doesn't mean you have to pay your high price. Of course you will if people bid that high or bid above you. But our strategy is, put it, and think of this as in US dollars, convert this. Think about how much a real domain name costs. It's still, at least since end of 2020, still a very reasonable price. So just think about that as well, and put the max you're willing to spend, and then most likely you'll win, because if it's your name, not many other people probably want it. Maybe if they're so cheap, they'll try to pick it off and snipe it and then sell it back to you. And of course, we don't know how much they'll try to sell it to you. But if you just put your max price around block 20, or at least, a fair price that you are willing to pay, you can't really be upset at yourself or a sniper or someone bidding above you. And usually if it's really for you and there's not many other people that would want it, we think you should win. But again, it's addicting. It's crazy. It's very like up and down, emotional. Kind of got to have your strategy in your mind. Don't let your emotions take over. It's just like investing, or it's a game. So I hope this all helps. Again, Mike at Sky Include. You can read our text. We'll try to update it, put screenshots, put other tips. We'll also put this, Johnny's post here about the winner. So he did win it, and then he did give it to Belial for because he randomly picked somebody that bid to 1, and he found him. All right, so thank you, everybody. Let's keep helping the community, and check us out at skyinclude.com/auction for this text. See you later. Bye-bye.